Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1, Chelsea get a victory. Did we deserve it? Yes, we did. However, was it close? Very close. We're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, and we're going to talk about the downright ugly. Sometimes you deserve to win 100%. You score many goals, lots of chances, Panathinaikos. Sometimes you get the lead and you need to suffer. Words of Conte, you need to suffer. Chelsea suffered. That second half was suffering. That second half was milking the result out of nothing. Well done, Chelsea Football Club. We go into the top four no matter what happens today, unless Arsenal win. I just remembered that. But we need to talk about it. So before we get started, a massive please. Subscribe to the channel. It's the best way for you guys to support the channel. And for those of you that watch on a consistent basis, you know the deal. When you come into the house, what's the first thing you do? You go wash your hands. When you watch the Kavkas View, you hit that like button because it's the best way to support. 1,000 likes. Chelsea won. You have no excuse to do it right now because you will forget later on. Let's get started. I am over the moon. Chelsea Football Club played Newcastle today and they got a 2-1 victory and we are all happy. However, we need to be open and honest. The last 2 seasons have created a certain level of anxiety when it comes to watching our football club. We expect defeats when we expect wins. We get defeats when we expect wins. We are consistently on a roller coaster. Consistency is not in the definition of what we know within our club in the last 2 years. However, today was a massive statement victory for me. Newcastle are a good side. I see the lineup. I see Reece James at left back, which really surprised me. We've got a competitive squad. I think Maresca got his lineup spot on. Neto deserved the start and he repaid him. Let's get into the good. Number 1, Cole Palmer's magic. It's his world and we have normalized how amazing this man has become. This man makes difficult things look simplistic. He is literally the epitome of a consultant. What is a consultant? Somebody that can sit someone down, explain something complicated, and give them advice. Cole Palmer will sit the attackers down and give them advice consistently. He is phenomenal. What he done? Multiple touches, spraying passes left, right. And our first goal, why does it come? Because Cole Palmer's magic, that's why. He scans it once, he scans it twice, receives the ball and realizes there's space in behind and absolutely waits a beautiful ball. He is in his own half. Literally halfway through his own half in the middle, he waits a beautiful ball to Pedro Neto. Neto accelerates like he's Sonic the Hedgehog, the Portuguese version of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if they have one, but you know if you know. He gets there, he crosses the ball, and you can see Nicholas Jackson coming onto it like it's one of those Cobham training footage videos. You know them ones where they're just slotting it and people go, why are they doing that? They're not really ever going to do it in a game. Well, they just did. However, what I really liked about this was Nicholas Jackson, 1, 2, 3, slot. He literally, you could see, calms himself down, relaxes his body and caresses the ball into the net. Last year, he smashes it. Last year, he tries to force that in. He's panicking. This is a confident man. Where did that goal come from? Cole Palmer. Does he get any points in fantasy football for it? No, he doesn't. But you know what? He gets the Kavkas View's man of the match for it. Wonderful pass. Excellent. Secondly, we need to start praising the one and only Nicholas Jackson. Because Nicholas Jackson has become a player that I am so proud of. A lot of people have a certain bar for Nicholas Jackson, right? And he has to hit it. Other strikers don't. Isak, oh, bring him in, he's better than Jackson. No, he doesn't have that certain bar. Osimhen, bring Osimhen in, he's better than Jackson. He doesn't have that kind of bar. With Jackson, he has to link up play, score goals, will aerial duels, then make us some food, and then, more importantly, tell you guys what the weather forecast is. Because the reality is, that's the standard you guys want from him. A normal performance like this will be deemed a bad performance. But what did he do in today's game? He cooked Dan Burn on 2 occasions. He sent him to the shop, sent a through ball for Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer slotted it. That was onside. I don't care what anyone says. VAR, I'm on to you. I saw what you lot tried to do today. Beautiful. Then he done the exact same thing to, Dan Burn again, where he just rolls him. Players are scared of him. They don't want to let him turn, so they get close. When they get close, he rolls them. Gives it to Madueke, tame shot. Good goal from himself. Overall, works hard for the team. Clinical. 1 chance, 1 goal. He is a striker that is developing in front of our eyes. The game has slowed down for him and he is becoming better with age. Fine wine. Then we need to talk about our tenacity in our press. A lot of the chances we created last year, and it's translating to this year, is coming from high intensity pressing in the final third of the opposition. Caicedo wins the ball, or I think it was Lavia. I think Lavia won the ball. Then what happened? The ball's on a 50-50. It goes to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer carries it in, slots it in, 2-1 Chelsea, game on straight after halftime. Great team talk, team is energized, it puts us in a good position to start to suffer. And this is where it got ugly, but I'm proud of the boys. Isak, long ball over, Fofana lets it bounce, big mistake, don't let it bounce, ever. Don't ever let it bounce, you learned that at Sunday League. I don't know why he let it bounce. Isak fouled him, but Isak gets the ball, goes around Sanchez, who's a hologram in goal. He goes in, Levi Colwill is slowing him down, he's slowing him down, and Caicedo comes and clears it. Well done, Moises Caicedo. There was another opportunity. Reece James, off the line. They get to the byline with Murphy. They get to the byline with Murphy. Murphy crosses it in, and guess what? Isak's there, he's headering it. Hologram in goal is doing nothing. Guess what happens? The one and only Reece James is on the line as if he's the second coming of Ashley Cole. Clears the ball. Then, final minute, 97th minute, cross is coming in. Who's there? Captain Fantastic, Reece James, headers it over the bar. Levi Colwill hugged him as if it's his girl. Absolutely gave him a hug as if it's his girl. The way the boys had passion today, the way they had tenacity, the demands they had to win this game, I love it. Even Palmer showed emotion. This guy never shows emotion. He's cold as ice, never shows any emotion. We need to talk about Fofana as well. What I thought was good with Fofana's performance today, Fofana was very tenacious. There was one occasion when he went down, I was panicking. When I tell you I was panicking, I did not know what was going to happen. Because it hit me, Toussaint's going to have to go in centre-back. I like Toussaint. However, is this the right decision for the long term of the season? Nope. Fofana finished the 90 minutes. He had a great block that absolutely stopped a definite goal. Reece James got the subsequent block. All in all, Chelsea played well. Colwill had a solid game as well. We just expose our centre-halves too much. We're far too easy to get through. I thought, by the way, final bit of praise, Neto had a very good game. Pedro Neto got a very good assist from that Palmer goal, from the Jackson goal, where he just slotted it across. Good weight of ball. Very good, a strong athletic running from him. Direct and selective in when he's direct. He was so good that Noni got hooked, not him, when Mudryk came on. They changed it. For me, all in all, Chelsea had an excellent performance. This win is imperative for our success. Now we have to go to Newcastle, beat them in the cup, and then bring on Manchester United. But before we do that, we need to get into the bad and the ugly. Because what do I always say on this channel? When we win, we don't get too high. When we lose, we don't get too low. And the reason was because we're objective all the time. So by the way, before we get to that point, hit that like button, because if you made it this far, you're clearly enjoying the content, and subscribe as well. Let's go. I want to talk about the bad, because the bad is very obvious, right? We have balance issues. And the reason I say we have balance issues is because there's a certain element of this fan base now. They're arguing that you take Enzo out of the side, that midfield two, Lavia and Caicedo is going to be perfect, right? And I've always said, horses for courses. There are games where you need Enzo Fernandez. There are games where you need Moises Caicedo. The goal we conceded today was due to softness in the midfield. And I don't care what anyone says. People are going to say it's VAR. I thought it was VAR initially. I was very annoyed because I thought, you know what? Isak looked offside to me. And even now, I still think Isak looked offside. However, this is the big however. That offside decision doesn't need to be made. If Lavia wins his duel, they didn't win it. If Lavia goes into his second one and wins it, didn't win it. If Caicedo and Pedro Neto assisted properly, they would have won their duels. They didn't. All of a sudden, we're exposed, and guess what happens? A ball comes across goal, Lewis Hall, and what's it called? Isak has a 0.99 chance in the box from XG. He's definitely scoring that. Player of that caliber doesn't miss those opportunities. Annoying, frustrating, it's a weak goal, but we need to make sure we're better and more combative in the midfield. Lavia was getting run through too easily, in my opinion, but I'm going to allow him because he doesn't play many games, but it's something that we need to keep an eye on. We need to improve in that area. Then we need to talk about the way we manage games. 0 to 30 minutes, phenomenal. We were the better team, controlled it. 30 to 45, Newcastle grew into it. It became a physical tussle. Genuinely became a tussle. I don't like it. They're like Street Fighter players, bro. When it comes to, Newcastle, they're looking for a scrap. They don't want to play football. They want to be violent. Do not turn it into one of those games. Make them chase the ball, but do not give them that satisfaction of turning this into a physical, muscular game. And we did. Then, what happened after that? We decided, you know what? For the first 15 minutes of the second half, we're going to play well. And we did. We scored a goal, we created opportunities, and then we just started suffering. And like I said, it's a good thing that we won. However, and this is a big however, on another day we drop points and maybe even lose that game. So please, let's not get over the hype and let's not get too excited. The final thing I think we need to talk about is we have a problem, and the problem is Malo Gusto. Not because Malo Gusto is a bad player. I think what's being asked of Malo Gusto takes into consideration as if he is Trent Alexander-Arnold or Cancelo. What happens is, because he's so mobile and he's so agile, when we're in possession, he goes into that number 10 role. And their midfield doesn't know what to do. And he picks up the ball, he sprays it out wide, he can do that, or he has to create. He doesn't have the ability to do that. And that's not his fault. He is an old school right back. He is somebody that's meant to be there, overlapping, crossing the ball, defending one-on-one, doing his job. If he was a number 10, he would play number 10. And what frustrates me is we're persisting with him in that position. He looks out of his depth, and you can literally see him struggling. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I wouldn't say that. I love the player. What I'm saying is we need to figure out what we're going to do there. Personally, and this is my opinion, Cucurella needs to go left back. You need to have Reece James right back, and then we build from there. Cucurella needs to be the one that inverts. Let Reece have the width, cross the ball in. I think Reece looked a lot better at right back than he did at left back. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what you lot thought. In the comments, let me know. Now the ugly. Mr. Hologram in goal. He's a hologram when he's in goal because he makes no saves basically. And when he's in possession, for the love of God, the death of me will be Robert Sanchez's passing. I'm telling you now, I am certain the probability of that has increased drastically since he's become our number one. In this game, I counted 7 occasions he gave the ball away. 7 occasions. I was taking notes, guys. I take notes when I watch these games, right? 7 occasions. And the problem is you're going to say you're nitpicking now. I'm not nitpicking. It's because I know what I see and I get gaslit in the comments below telling me I'm being too harsh. I'm not being harsh. When you have a ball-playing goalkeeper, the concept of ball-playing goalkeeper requires the goalkeeper to be ball-playing, to know how to pass the ball. This guy doesn't. He can't. He panics. You can't have somebody that needs to be cool, calm, and collected in his job and panics the minute there's a little bit of pressure on him. And how? He needs to switch the ball, he overhits it. He needs to switch the ball, he underhits it. He needs to play a basic short pass, he plays it into the midfield. It's not straight or direct. It's wayward from the target that he's initially setting off. We get a transition. He gets the ball. He goes to quickly recycle it into play. He gives the ball away. What are you doing? Are you playing against us? You need to have more control in games. And for me, you won't have control with Robert Sanchez and his stupid mistakes. People are going to say, Alex, you're harsh. I didn't have no racing heart rate during Panathinaikos. Why? Because Jurgensen just did his job with his passing range. Jurgensen did his job with his passing. Jurgensen needs to be our number one by Christmas. I'm telling you now, Maresca needs to sort this out. And the other thing, can somebody tell me how I can give my knees to Wesley Fofana? Because when he went down, I swear, my heart was racing. It was racing beyond compare. I was panicking. I need to give him my knees. I got good news. Knees, I promise you, we'll swap. I don't do no physical activity to the level that he does at that professional level. Yeah? Genuinely, I won't squat. I won't do leg day anymore if it means I have his knees and he can have mine. But it is what it is. This was the Kavkas View. We got a great victory. It is phenomenal news. So if you guys want to go and see where Enzo Maresca calls out Reece James for his leadership and my thoughts on that, the video is here. Go check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Chelsea win again. We're close to top 4. We're either going to be in it or we're going to be level on points. Phenomenal. Mwah. Great win.